Have you ever wondered why the exact same engine uses 0W-20 in America, but 5W-30 in Europe, Australia, or the Middle East? It's not random. It's not because Americans drive differently. And it's definitely not because the engine magically changes when it crosses a border. In today's video, I'm exposing the real reason US cars are pushed towards 0W-20. Why the same engine overseas often runs 5W-30 or thicker, and how choosing the wrong oil could quietly cost you thousands in repairs. And at the end, I'll reveal a mechanic's secret most dealerships never talk about. Let's dive in. Section 1. What those oil numbers actually mean. Before we argue 0W-20 versus 5W-30, you need to understand what the numbers mean. The first number, the one before the W, refers to winter viscosity. It measures how well the oil flows in cold temperatures. 0W flows better in extreme cold than 5W. 0W oil can protect down to about minus 31 degrees Fahrenheit. 5W handles roughly minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. 10 watts taps out around minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit. That's measured using something called dynamic viscosity testing. Now the second number, 20 or 30, refers to how thick the oil is at operating temperature, which is tested at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's where it gets interesting. 0W-20 has a maximum kinematic viscosity of about 9.3 centistokes. 5W-30 sits closer to 12.5 centistokes. Higher number equals thicker oil film at high temperature. And then there's a third number most drivers have never heard of, HTHS, high temperature, high shear viscosity. This measures oil performance at 302 degrees Fahrenheit under extreme stress, like around bearings, camshafts, piston rings. We'll come back to HTHS later because this number might matter more than the big ones on the bottom. Section 2. Do manufacturers really recommend different oils? And this is where things get strange. Back in the 1990s, Honda published research showing that 0W-20 improves fuel economy. Since then, 0W-20 has become the default recommendation in the United States. But here's the twist. The same engines sold in Europe, Australia, South America, Africa, the Middle East often recommend 5W-30, 5W-40, even 10W-40. Toyota does it, Nissan does it, Mazda does it, almost every global manufacturer does it. Same engine, same tolerances, different oil. If thicker oil were bad, why would they recommend it elsewhere? Clearly, this isn't about engine survival alone. Something else is driving this decision. Section 3, the real reason. The US pushes 0W-20. It's not about durability, it's about fuel economy regulations. In the US, manufacturers must meet corporate average fuel economy, CAFE standards. If they don't, they pay massive fines. Between 2011 and 2020, automakers paid $1.1 billion in penalties. Thinner oils reduce internal friction. Less friction equals slightly better fuel economy. Switching from 5W-30 to 0W-20 improves fuel efficiency by about 2.4% on average. That's small for you, but across millions of vehicles, it saves manufacturers billions. So 0W-20 helps automakers hit fuel targets. But does it always help your engine long term? That's where things get complicated. Section 4, how 0W-20 improves fuel economy. Think about stirring tea versus stirring a milkshake. Thicker fluids create more resistance. Inside your engine, every moving part, crankshaft, pistons, camshafts, pushes through oil. Thinner oil creates less viscous drag, faster circulation at startup, slightly lower pumping losses. That reduction in parasitic loss translates to better MPG. New cars benefit most. Hybrids see even bigger gains. Depending on how much you drive, you might save $70 to $100 per year. But here's the key question. Is saving $100 worth increasing long-term wear risk under certain conditions? Let's talk about modern engine design. Section 5. Why new engines are built around 0W-20. Modern engines are designed differently than engines from the 1990s. They have tighter machining tolerances, low friction coatings like diamond-like carbon, redesigned oil pumps, variable displacement oil systems. These improvements allow thinner oil to maintain adequate pressure. And in cold weather, 0W-20 circulates faster, forming a protective film quickly. Cold starts cause the most engine wear. In fact, one cold start at 23 degrees Fahrenheit can equal dozens of miles of driving and wear impact. So yes, thin oil has real benefits, but it also has limits. Section 6, the hidden weakness of 0W-20. Now we reach the part manufacturers don't emphasize. Heat. While 0W-20 is rated to handle high temperatures, localized hotspots inside turbocharged and direct injection engines can exceed 480 degrees Fahrenheit between piston rings and cylinder walls. At extreme heat, oil film thins dramatically, evaporation increases, metal-on-metal contact rises. Piston scuffing becomes more likely. 5W-30 maintains roughly 50% greater film thickness above 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Section 7, driving conditions that change everything. Your oil choice should match your environment. Avoid sticking blindly to 0W-20 if you live in very hot climates. Frequently tow or haul heavy loads. Climb mountains often. Drive aggressively above 3,000 revolutions per minute regularly. Have over 100,000 miles on your engine. As engines age, internal clearances widen. Thicker oil can compensate for wear and reduce oil consumption. Interestingly, many manuals allow thicker oils once warranties expire. Coincidence? You decide. Section 8, why Europe and Asia think differently. If Europe cares so much about emissions, why don't they universally push 0W-20? Two reasons. Smaller vehicles reduce fuel consumption more effectively than oil changes. Longevity is prioritized over marginal MPG gains. Germany's Autobahn involves sustained high-speed driving. That generates heat. Heat favors thicker oil. European manuals often recommend 5W-30 in winter, 5W-40 in summer, or 0W-40 year-round. Seasonal viscosity adjustments are common outside the US. In America, simplicity and regulation pressure dominate. Section 9, the most important number. Nobody talks about, remember, HTHS, high temperature, high shear viscosity. This measures oil thickness at 302 degrees Fahrenheit under stress. 20 grade oil, approximately 2.6 centipoise 30 grade oil, approximately 2.9 40 grade oil, approximately 3.5. Some engines recommend 0W-20 but require higher HTHS values. And here's the twist. Two different 0W-20 oils can have different HTHS ratings. That means not all oils of the same grade protect equally. The only way to truly know how your oil performs? Used oil analysis, UOA. Mechanics who care about longevity use it. Dealers rarely mention it. Section 10, will switching oil void your warranty? Most people are afraid to switch viscosity because they fear losing warranty coverage. Here's the truth. Under the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, manufacturers must prove that your oil choice caused the failure. If your manual allows alternative viscosities, even conditionally, using them won't automatically void coverage. What will void your warranty? Not changing oil on schedule. No receipts, no records. Documentation matters more than viscosity debates. Section 11, what mechanics actually do. If a mechanic wants an engine to last 300,000 to 500,000 miles, here's what they consider. Step 1, used oil analysis. It reveals wear metals, fuel dilution, and proper viscosity retention. Step 2, match oil to climate. Cold winters, 0W-20 makes sense. Hot summers or towing. 5W-30 or even 0W-40 if allowed. Step 3, adjust for mileage. Under 75,000 miles, follow manufacturer strictly. Over 100,000 miles, consider thicker oil if consumption rises. And one more critical rule. Change full synthetic every 5,000 miles if you want maximum longevity. Long drain intervals benefit marketing more than engines. So who's right? The the US recommending 0W-20, or overseas markets recommending 5W-30 and thicker? The answer isn't black and white. 0W-20 improves fuel economy and cold start protection. 5W-30 offers stronger high heat protection and durability under stress. The real key is matching oil to your climate, your driving habits, your engine age, and your long-term goals. Because saving $100 in fuel isn't worth a $5,000 engine rebuild. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe for more no-nonsense car advice, and comment below. Are you sticking with 0W-20 or switching to 5W-30? And if you want to know which synthetic oils are actually worth using and which ones quietly destroy engines, check out the next video. Your engine doesn't care about marketing. It cares about protection.